We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Columbia University president steps down, a major food merger, a shameful anniversary, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. Minouche Shafik resigned Wednesday as Columbia University's president, ending an embattled 13-month term during which her New York City campus was the scene of a series of chaotic and sometimes violent protests by students, faculties, and other pro-Hamas activists. Protests over the Israel-Hamas war began in October and continued through much of the winter at Columbia and many other schools. The protests intensified in April after Shafik testified before Congress. The protests divided the campus, with many Jewish students saying they were fearful to pass by demonstrations. Shafik faced a backlash after calling on city police to break up an encampment, and again when students and others took over an academic building. Get ready for M&M flavored Eggos as Mars completes its purchase of Kellanova, best known for Cheez-It crackers, Pop-Tarts, and Pringles. Mars's nearly $30 billion deal for Kellanova would push the company, known for M&Ms and Snickers, into supermarkets' chips and cracker aisles, handing Mars a larger share of a growing global snacks business. The agreement, one of the biggest on record among food makers, comes as consumers are balking at higher grocery prices and scrutiny is growing over the potential health impacts from processed food. Conditions are ripe for a fresh wave of consolidation as food companies' sales growth slows and their stock market valuations are depressed, according to Wall Street analysts and consultants. Pandemic-era pantry stocking and sharp price increases that continued in the aftermath fueled a sales boom for food companies. That growth has cooled, prompting executives to search for new ways to boost their businesses and cut expenses. New York City has likely surpassed $5 billion in spending on services for migrants, including nearly $2 billion alone on housing, the scores of new arrivals flooding into the Big Apple, according to city data. The eye-popping figures listed on the city's online asylum seeker funding tracker shows the city overall spent $4.88 billion combined through fiscal years 2023 and 24. Based on the rate of spending, the city likely exceeded more than $112 million since the start of the new fiscal year beginning July 1st, or will soon, cracking $5 billion. Mayor Eric Adams' administration has even projected the cost could double, hitting $10 billion over the 3-year period ending June 30th, 2025. Finally, 3 years ago today, President Biden greenlit the U.S. Afghanistan withdrawal. On August 15th, 2021, Taliban forces seized Kabul, which, less than 2 weeks later, resulted in the deaths of 11 U.S. Marines and 170 Afghan civilians in a suicide bombing. The legacy of Biden's chaotic exit lives on in the minds of America's friends and foes alike, emboldening Russia, China, and Iran to take actions they would not have considered before. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvideo.com, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.